The movie opens up with Lieutenant General Nikhil Bakshi, an Indian Army officer, addressing a group of Indian soldiers aboard the INS Viraat, the only floating aircraft carrier in India for fighter and military planes. He shares an inspiring story about a woman's remarkable exploits while serving as an undercover agent for the Research and Analysis Wing, RAW, India's external intelligence agency in Pakistan. The story takes us back to the period just before the Indo-Pakistani War of 1971. Hidayat Khan, a devoted Indian freedom fighter and undercover agent, finds herself posing as an informant for the Indian government. He talks to Brigadier Parvez Syed, a Pakistani army official and friend in Kashmir, about his daughter and her future in the face of his impending death from lung cancer. Hidayat's last wish is to carry on the family tradition of serving the country by training his 20-year-old daughter, Sehmat, to become an agent like him later in the day. Hidayat Khan, an undercover Indian RAW agent, meets with Khalid Mir, an Indian RAW operative, at his residence. Here it's revealed that Hidayat actually works for RAW and gives alarming information about Pakistan's imminent plans against India. Knowing that his time is limited, Hidayat suggests that Khalid Mir swiftly uncover the details and entrust the task to his daughter, Sehmat. Although initially reluctant, Khalid eventually agrees to train and mentor her for the mission. In the next scene, Sehmat, a student at the Delhi University, receives an urgent call from her father compelling her to return home without delay. As she arrives, Hidayat reveals his impending death due to a terminal illness and implores Sehmat to fulfill her duty as a spy for the Indian agency. He also explains that to do so, she must marry the son of his trusted friend in Pakistan and gather vital intelligence regarding their plans against India. Hearing this, Sehmat is shocked and can't find the word to express her situation. However, after a night of contemplation about the matter and her father's request, despite her mother Taiji Khan's objections, Sehmat makes a difficult decision to abandon her studies and embark on hasty training to become a spy. Following this, under the guidance of senior RAW officer Khalid Amir and his assistant, a young operative named Bakshi, Sehmat undergoes rigorous training in various disciplines including martial arts, shooting, and covert communication techniques such as converting written information into Morse code. These skills are essential for transmitting crucial intelligence back to India without arousing suspicion. After her comprehensive training is completed, Sehmat is married to Iqbal Syed, the son of Brigadier Syed and a Pakistani military officer. This marriage serves as a crucial cover, enabling Sehmat to infiltrate Pakistan and gather valuable intelligence for her homeland. Moving on, Sehmat effortlessly adapts to her new life, impressing her in-laws and gaining their trust. Moreover, the promotion of her father-in-law to Major General provides her with enhanced access to vital national security documents and influential figures in the defense forces. This enables Sehmat to gather crucial information for her mission. She seizes the opportunity during meetings held in Parvez's home office where discussions on national security take place. Sehmat then promptly relays these details to Khalid Mir using their code language to avoid being caught. To ensure secure communication, Sehmat carefully installs a secret phone line in her bathroom and connects a message relay device to it. Through this secret setup, she sends encrypted messages to Khalid Mir. She maintains meticulous attention to detail when conveying intelligence about Pakistan's military operations and strategies, offering valuable insights to her handler. However, her innocence is doubted by a servant named Abdul in the house. One day, Sehmat seizes the chance to enter Parvez's home office. When he asks her to clean it, he entrusts her with the key and retires to sleep under the cover of night. Sehmat secretly enters the office and installs microphones to gather comprehensive information about meetings and Pakistan's plans against India. Before returning the key to Parvez, she cleverly creates an imprint of it using soap. The following day, she ventures alone to the market where she meets an agent disguised as an auto driver and hands the soap to him. Shortly thereafter, she obtains a duplicate key to the office. Meanwhile, Ahmad finds herself falling in love with Iqbal and developing a physical closeness with him. In the next scene, Sehmat receives the heart-wrenching news of her father's demise, causing her to lose control of her emotions. Alongside Iqbal, she returns to India to attend the funeral, revealing the deep love she had for her father. Overwhelmed with grief, she finds it difficult to regain her composure. However, she gathers her courage, remembers the mission entrusted to her by her father, and returns to Pakistan with Iqbal. Afterward, during another cleaning session in Parvez's office, Syed notices a crucial red file on the table. Realizing the abundance of vital information present due to Parvez's new position as Major General, she then decides to take the file and study it for the purpose of collecting the information and sending it to Khalid. Despite the high risk involved, she manages to gather the necessary details and successfully relays them to her superior Khalid Mir. However, Abdul, who has been suspicious of Sehmat since her arrival, follows her actions and enters her bathroom only to discover her true identity. Confronting her, Abdul rushes to inform others about her betrayal, holding a piece of teleprinter machine as evidence in a desperate attempt to preserve her cover. Sehmat chases after Abdul and with deep regret uses a jeep to hit and kill him, ensuring her true identity remains hidden. This distressing incident takes a heavy emotional toll on Sehmat, and she cries a lot after returning home. Next, we get to know that Abdul is not actually dead but is lying in a hospital bed in critical condition. When Parvez's brother Mehboob visits him, Abdul tries to reveal Sehmat's true identity. Sadly, before he can do so, Abdul passes away. Mehboob is deeply affected by this incident, as his family has regarded Abdul as one of their most honest and trustworthy servants for years. Determined to uncover the truth behind Abdul's death, Mehboob decides to investigate the case himself and find the murderer. Meanwhile, Khalid and Nikhil successfully decode the information provided by Syed, discovering that Pakistan plans to attack India through sea routes with INS Viraat as their main target. Urgently, they visit the military headquarters to convey this critical intelligence. However, officials hesitate to believe them, questioning the credibility of their information source and refusing to take immediate actions. On the other hand, Syed carefully collects all the parts of the typewriter machine and places them in a plastic bag. She then discreetly leaves the bag in Abdul's room, hoping that if the investigator discovers the machine, they will falsely accuse Abdul of betrayal. Seeking guidance and assistance, Syed contacts an Indian spy named Kabir Mortaza in Pakistan, informing him of her situation and the ongoing investigation. Upon hearing her pledge, Kabir suggests she eliminate Mehboob to clear her path, providing instructions on obtaining a weapon and killing him without attracting attention. Following Kabir's suggestion, Syed meets Mehboob at his office and carefully injects his body with the help of an umbrella, leaves the scene without attracting attention. Moments later, because of the poison, Mehboob suffers a fatal heart attack and is found lying lifeless on the floor. In the next scene, one by one, all the Indian spy agents in Pakistan are apprehended, and Khalid becomes aware of the situation. He quickly decides to rescue Sehmat before it's too late, informing her of the imminent danger and instructing her to prepare for evacuation. Meanwhile, police officers arrive at Parvez's house to investigate Abdul's room. They discover the remaining parts of the transmitting machine, leading them to believe that Abdul was the one secretly sending information to the Indians. However, Iqbal, unable to accept Abdul's alleged betrayal, conducts a thorough search of his room. To his dismay, he finds a fragment of Sehmat's anklet, a gift he had given her earlier, leading him to suspect his own wife's involvement as the real spy for India. Overwhelmed by emotions, Iqbal breaks down in the bathroom. At that moment, Syed returns home and notices Iqbal's uniform on the bed alongside the broken anklet piece. Convinced that Iqbal has discovered her true identity, she confronts him with a gun, ready to take drastic measures. During their confrontation, Iqbal confesses his love for her but emphasizes that his loyalty lies with the nation above all else. Samad shares the same sentiment, but before she can pull the trigger, a young boy enters the room and embraces her. This boy is the student she used to teach music to in her free time. Sehmat then uses the boy as a cover, disguises herself in a burqa, and makes her escape from the house. Once she leaves, Iqbal meets his father and informs him everything about Syed, urging him to deploy forces to search for and capture her. In the following scene, Khalid Mir, disguised as a Pakistani officer, is seen inside Pakistan alongside other agents, all of whom are there to rescue Syed. Unfortunately, before Syed can locate them, Iqbal spots her and confronts her, Sensing the imminent danger, Khalid urgently instructs one of his agents to eliminate her before she gets caught. Khalid is doing so because his motive is to prevent Sehmat from revealing any information about their agency or India. Following his orders, a grenade detonates near Sehmat and Iqbal, resulting in their tragic demise. Afterwards, Khalid and his team make preparations to leave Pakistan as quickly as possible. However, to their astonishment, there is a knock at the door. Khalid cautiously opens it, only to be shocked to find Sehmat standing before him. It is then revealed that Sehmat managed to survive the blast by switching places with another agent who was also disguised in a burqa. She had sent the alternate agent to meet Khalid, while she ensured the safe return of the child. Is devastated by the loss of Iqbal and questions Khalid's actions, expressing her disappointment that despite working together for many years, Khalid attempted to kill her. In response, Khalid tries to justify his actions, emphasizing the nation and its security is above all else. Through her experiences, Sehmat gradually realizes the insignificance of personal relationships and confronts the harsh realities of her line of work. Deeply affected by the destruction she's caused and the morally challenging decisions she's made, Sehmat decides to return to India and seeks Khalid's assistance in doing so. In the next scene, Sehmat reaches India, and when she gets herself checked, finds out that she's actually pregnant despite others' suggestions to abort the baby. Sehmat refuses to do so and decides to give birth, proving that her love for Iqbal was true and genuine. On the other hand, the Indian army officials are finally convinced with the information about the Pakistani troops planning to attack India through sea routes with the help of PN's Ghazi, a special Pakistani submarine. Before Pakistan can do so, the Indian troops deploy a number of fighter jets from INS Viraat and destroy PN's Ghazi, compelling Pakistan to back off and accept their defeat in the war. Back to the present, Lieutenant General Nikhil Bakshi is addressing the military officers, informing them about the war and how grateful they should be to all the contributors who helped them to get victory. He also mentions that while celebrating the victory, they should also keep in mind the sacrifice and losses they had to face while reaching there. The scene then shifts to Sehmat's son, Samar Syed, who has now become one of the Indian army officials and is very proud of his mother's contributions. In the last scene, we see Sehmat sitting alone near a window, looking outside, hoping to see her son very soon. The movie then ends with a note in the memory of all the bravehearts who anonymously contributed to the history of the nation.